much, Michelle. You are doing an outstanding job showcasing the Dodge County Fair. So we really appreciate it. Thank you again. Now, this is Michelle Stangler, our 2024 Fairs to the Fair. Now I'm going to introduce Reverend Wayne Chevy. He's going to be saying a few words, and they're also a sponsor for the Wisconsin Lutheran College as well.
Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you tonight at the Dodge County Fair. Thank you to the Supreme Showmanship Committee for inviting us to be here, allowing us to be a sponsor. We've got some great prizes at the end of the night that we're going to share, and we're going to celebrate these great young people. Before we get going, if you are able, I invite you to please stand. We'll join together in a prayer, and then after that, we'll pledge allegiance to the flag. Dear Heavenly Father, each of us here knows that none of us are perfect, but we also know that you sent your Son Jesus to take away all of our failures. Tonight we're here in this big room to recognize and support these young people as the next generation of producers. Lord, you are the ultimate producer of food to every living thing, and we ask that your blessing be on the next generation of agribusiness leaders. They'll be able to feed Dodge County, but also to extend that around the world. You know how much these young people and their families love and care for their animals. Please bless this room tonight with safety and a spirit of generosity and sportsmanship. We pray this in the name of your Son, Jesus. Amen. Now I direct your attention to the flag in the center of the ring for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The ribbons are hanging, the buckles are shiny. Let's do some showing.
Now we're waiting on the pigs to come on in, and while we're doing that, you're wondering, how do our exhibitors get chosen? Tonight, the top 2 intermediate and the top 2 senior showmen from the beef, dairy, sheep, and swine showmanship classes this week were placed randomly last night with one from each species to make up a 4-person team. They have worked together to hone their skills and learn about their species today. They're evaluated on their handling of the animal, their appearance in the ring, and their knowledge of each species. The individual scores will be combined for the team score, and each round will have 15 minutes, and we will give a 3-minute announcement at the end to say there's 3 minutes left for the judges to keep finishing up tabulating and get that round finished. Additionally, the exhibitor with the highest total score will be named the Supreme Showman of the Grand Champion, and the individual with the second highest total score will be recognized as the Reserve Champion Showman. Supreme Showmanship is a function of the Dodge County Dairy Project, Dodge County Meat Animal Sale Committee, and the Dodge County Showmanship Committee. The purpose of Supreme Showmanship includes encouraging and recognizing all youth exhibitors as they exhibit and work with their animals throughout the year. And while this is a competition, Supreme Showmanship is meant to be a fun showcase of the ability, experience, and the energy of our 4-H and FFA exhibitors in Dodge County. But most importantly, our desire is that everyone involved will enjoy themselves and have fun. Time is now in. So exhibitors, judges down on the floor, time is now in. We would like to welcome our judges this evening. Our sheep judge is Oretta Witkoff. Oretta comes from Pewaukee, and she has one child, Wyatt Lee, graduated from Iowa State. Oretta is a supervisor at Oak Ridge Farms and employers Milwaukee Public Schools. In some of her history, she has a flock of border Leicestershires. She learned and got her sheep from her grandpa, showing sheep since I can walk on a halter, which is about 4 years old. Currently still takes sheep to the Wisconsin State Fair in the open show. Some of Retta's judging experiences from Iowa State judging team, Judge Showman of Showman contests for Racine, Waukesha, Jefferson, and Dodge counties, Judge Sheep and Market Goats for Fond du Lac. And when asked Retta, what does showmanship mean to you? She said, showmanship means all of someone's hard work, knowledge, and hours in the barn are showcased and rewarded. It's about the teamwork with your animal and knowing all their strengths and weakness. You don't need a class-winning animal to win showmanship. Let's give a big round of welcome and applause for Aretta Witkoff, our sheep judge this evening. Our next judge this evening is our beef judge, Kennedy Farron from Fitchburg, who's married to Robert Dawkes, and originally her hometown is Beaver Dam. Education, she has her bachelor's degree in animal science with a minor in livestock production and meat science from the University of Platteville. Occupation is agriculture teacher and FFA advisor at Waterloo High School. Some species, the professional and past showing experience is currently owns and operates Chika Lane cattle with her dad, raising and selling beef cattle, and grew up raising beef cattle since age 13 at the Dodge County Fair, jackpot shows, and WE, NWSS, etc. Some awards: joined the champions of the Supreme Showmanship competition, was Dodge County's fairest of the fair, hung several banners with their own show cattle, vice president of the UW Platteville's Block and Bridle, and her livestock experience judging is judging teams in high school and collegiate level, judging local beef market and showmanship shows around the state. And what does showmanship mean to you? Kennedy says showmanship is arguably the most important piece of showing, so it means a lot to me. Exhibitors must be able to showcase their animals' best features and highlight their best qualities. If it's a show ring presence, that might be natural or hard-earned, but it is equally important for each exhibitor. Let's give a big round of applause and welcome back to our Beaver Dam girl, Kennedy Farron. Our swine judge for this evening is Isabel Doherty from Johnson's Creek. She has a dog named April. Isabel's education is she's a junior at UW Whitewater, majoring in early childhood and special education. Her occupation is the owner of Lessons by Isabel Doherty, providing showmanship lessons, clinics, and camps statewide. History professionally and showing experience. Isabel has been showing pigs since she was 3 years old, holding many national and state showmanship titles. She served on the Tram Purebred National Junior Board and traveled the country, hosting national swine shows. Showmanship titles include the American Royal, Kansas City, Summer Spectacular, Louisville, Kentucky, Summer Type Conference, Springfield, Illinois, the World Dairy Expo in Des Moines, Iowa, and 6-time Wisconsin State Fair showmanship champion. Her judging experience includes multiple county master showmanships, including Dodge County 2023. When asked what showmanship means to Isabel, she says, showmanship is a huge part of our family because it is the one thing that is based 99% on how hard you work and 1% luck. It isn't determined by the best animal or the most money spent, and you get out of it what you put in. Let's give a warm round of applause. Welcome to our swine judge, Isabel Doherty. And our last judge we want to introduce this evening is our dairy judge. It is Paul Grilke. Currently the city that Paul lives in with his family, his wife Jenna, and he's got a baby boy on the way, is Baldwin, Wisconsin. But his hometown is right here in Dodge County in Mayville. Paul has earned his bachelor's degree in dairy science from UW-Platteville in 2019. Some of his history and past showing experience: he grew up on a dairy farm, showed through 4-H and junior Holsteins at the county, district, state, and national levels. He took a lot of interest in the genetic side of things and started building his herd, along with getting the opportunity to work with Smithcrest Holsteins and learning the show cattle side. He now works with some show animals of his own and on his spouse's dairy farm. We try to go as many local shows as we can and bring out some of our genetics from our herd. Some of the awards that Paul is mentioning is a part of the team that won 4-H State Reasons Contest in 2015, 12th place individual at the International Collegiate Judging Contest, and received the Y Friend Award along with my wife in 2022. Some of his judging experience Paul talks about is: I judged all the way through 4-H for Dodge County, and I then judged all the way through my collegiate career at UW-Platteville, and now I am just getting my feet wet with the judging some local shows. When asked, Paul says what showmanship means to him: showmanship doesn't get enough credit on how important it is. It can show how much time and effort is put into each animal to get them out looking their best. So it is almost an appreciation to the showmen for their time and care and tend to all the needs of the dairy animal. Let's give a round of applause, warm welcome back to Paul Grilke, originally from Mayville, coming here today to judge our dairy show. Thank you, Paul. We would also like to take this time before we get into our profiles today is to make sure that we thank our sponsors. And without our sponsors' generous contributions, this contest and the prizes would not be available for our wonderful contestants today. So we are truly grateful for their support. So we would like to thank Alta Genetics USA from Watertown, Compeer Financial from Beaverdam, Culver's Beaverdam, Dave's Turf and Marina Watertown, the Dodge County Dairy Youth Recognition Auction Committee Juneau, Farm and Fleet, and we have Casey here is a representative, so we thank you for coming tonight and thank you for sponsoring this event. Chris and Jill Hazy and Ralph and Teresa Stowell in memory of Bob Hazy, Steve and Lori Keel of Juneau, Lakeside Lutheran High School FFA Lake Mills, Jan Phillips Oshkosh, Profiles Supplies Columbus, Richwood Rangers 4-H Club, Sharon Schoeneck New Berlin, Tractor Supply Company, and along with Compeer, they donated these beautiful Silversmith belt buckles up here. Gary and Kim Ufig from Glen Ellen, Illinois, United Cooperative Beaverdam, Waupun Vet Services LLP, and Wisconsin Lutheran College Milwaukee. And we have Wayne Chevy here as a representative, and we're handing out chairs, correct, for the top team, and then sweatshirts for the reserve team tonight, correct?
Correct. We're thankful to be able to share those prizes with the winners. I also understand, this is my first competition, that somewhere between $10,000 and $250,000 is up for grabs. Is that correct, Dawn? Somewhere in that neighborhood? All right, so no pressure. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. And let's meet some of our competitors. Yes? All right. We got a list of the profiles of our young people who are with us tonight. In the beef section, first of all, number 11, Charlie Kircher, age 16, from Burnett. He's a part of Beaver Dam FFA. He's been involved for 7 years in the 4-H and FFA. His parents are Chris and Tanya. One of Charlie's goals is to go on to college for ag business and help with the family farm and stay involved in the show cattle business. His accomplishments include he's proud of getting the reserve championship in the fitting contest and winning his class with this heifer. Who's helped Charlie? His parents, because they are always supporting him in what he does and how far he has come. Which species makes him most nervous to show pigs? Because he doesn't know a lot about them, and they don't always seem to cooperate. Number 11, Charlie Kircher.
Okay, this is your 5-minute warning in the ring. Judges, contestants, 5 minutes. 5-minute warning.
Next in the dairy division, number 22, Madison Kudex. She's 15 years old from Sullivan. She's been a part of the Lebanon Luckies 4-H, participating for 8 years. Her parents are Brenda Damro Gudex and Tony Gudex. One of Madison's goals is she would like to become a large animal vet because she loves helping animals in need. One of her accomplishments is winning the Supreme Championship heifer at the State Fair Open Show this year. She was also the 5th Supreme overall bred and owner of the junior show at State Fair. Who's helped her the most? My mom, Brenda, has helped the most. She has encouraged me in showing my whole life. As soon as I could walk, I was in the show ring. Which species is Madison most nervous to show? She's most nervous about showing beef because they're a lot bigger than me and I could easily get squished. Number 22, Madison Gudex. To the sheep division. Number 33, Avery Panetti. Age 17, part of the Achievers 4-H for 8 years. Her parents are Amy and Jay. One of Avery's goals is to attend UW-Madison, majoring in animal and veterinary biosciences. Not actually sure what career goal that will lead to. Her accomplishments, she's won her showmanship class 3 times since she started showing sheep. This year she's proud that she has made the Supreme Showmanship. Who has helped Avery. Lorna O'Donovan is always one of my biggest supporters. She loved going to the fair and cheering me on and my siblings every year. She was so awesome. Which species makes Avery the most nervous to show? She's most nervous to show dairy because you have to hold their head up really high the whole time. Number 33, Avery Panetti. In the swine division, Evie Gansky, number 44. She's 17 years old from Waupun. She's been a part of the 4-H and FFA for 9 years. Her parents are Leslie and Jason. Her goal is to become a lab technician. Her favorite accomplishment is placing high at some jackpot shows and accomplishing showmanship with lots of competition. Who's helped me the most? My grandparents are my biggest supporters, always in the stands watching. What species makes Evie the most nervous to show? Sheep. Most nervous about holding it still and bracing. Number 44, Evie Gansky.
This round is winding on down, and then judges should be making their final tabulations, points, and I believe, how are we rotating? We are rotating to the north. Swine exhibitors, come on over, come on down and grab the beef ring. Beef, you're going to be moving to the dairy ring. Dairy, you're going to be moving to the sheep ring. And sheep, you're going to be moving to the swine ring. So you're going to be moving north. All right, it is time. It is time. And I know in the beef barn, in the beef ring, the swine exhibitors will be coming on in to get your animals, and then same thing as the courtesy as you move on up. And you can see your exchanges are taking place. Our swine exhibitors are entering the ring down here. Judges are making their final tabulations. Now remember, this is what the judges are looking for this evening. They are looking for the handling of the animal. They are also looking for their knowledge in the ring and also their appearance in the ring. So they're looking for 3 different things: the handling of the animal, their appearance in the ring, and their knowledge of the species. And they all get individual scores, and then all the scores get added together, and that's what makes up the team score. Got our beef exhibitors coming on over to the dairy. We're making the exchange to the sheep ring. This is also something about showmanship and common courtesy that they are exhibiting in the ring as well, is that they pass from one animal to the other. And remember, they've been working today with the members of their team today. They've been working together to hone those skills, because we have some exhibitors that might not have shown, as you heard in the bios, that Reverend Wayne has been reading, that some of them don't have experience maybe showing sheep or showing dairy. It's a little bit different experience, or maybe swine or the beef cattle. So they've been working together to learn from each other today. That's one of the very unique and wonderful things about this show. Looks like we're making our final exchanges from the sheep to the swine. And we'd like to thank all our ringmen that are out there helping our judges or assisting with animals today. We so appreciate that. Okay, swine ring, are we all good? Has everybody got a hog? We're good? Okay, all right, out in the rings, everybody's all in, so time is in. Our judges, our contestants, time is in.
Contestant number 12, Natalie Gibbs, is age 14 from Fox Lake, part of Trenton Highlights, 6 years in 4-H and FFA. Parents are Karen and Jonathan. His goal is to become an elementary teacher. Natalie's one accomplishment is bringing her feeder calf from last year back as a market steer and getting first in the beef futurity. Another accomplishment is learning how to make a steer trust me more so they are more calm around me. Who's helped Natalie the most? One person is Janet Arndt. She's helped me by teaching me how to show a steer the right way, along with how to be comfortable with them. I'm thankful for her support. Which species makes me most nervous to show? The sheep, because I don't want to mess up the positions. Number 12, Natalie Gibbs. Next is number 23, Tia Hildebrand. She's age 19 from Eustisford, part of the Sinisippi 4-H and Eustisford FFA for 11 years. Her parents are Jared and Tiffany. Her goal is to graduate from University of Wisconsin Green Bay with a degree in elementary education. One of her accomplishments is that she's proud of how much she has grown in sportsmanship and animal knowledge. She sees how much the younger youth look up to me. Who helped here the most? My dad has helped me the most. His knowledge, wisdom, and guidance has made me the best showman I am. He's always been there for me to answer all my questions. Which species makes you the most nervous to show? Pigs, because I'm not sure what they are judged on. Number 23, Tia Hildebrandt. Next is number 34, Sophia Lynch, age 14, from County Line 4-H, 7 years in 4-H and FFA. Her parents are Ryan and Jessica Keel. What's her goal? To be a photographer. Her great accomplishments: making the supreme showmanship, doing well in the lamb show. Who's helped Sophia the most? Ryan, because he's always willing to help me walk my sheep. Which species makes you the most nervous to show, Sophia? Dairy, because you have to set their legs and walk backwards. Number 34, Sophia Lynch. Number 42 is Wyatt Stoll. He's 17 years old from Fox Lake, part of the Achievers 4-H and Waupun FFA, 8 years in 4-H, 4 in FFA, and his parents are Teresa and Ralph. Wyatt plans to go to college for animal science or ag business. His best accomplishment is farrowing his own show pigs and placing well in class with those pigs. Who's helped Wyatt the most? His parents have helped. They're always there to support me, and without them, I would not be the showman I am today. Which species makes Wyatt the most nervous? He's nervous about showing sheep because it is the one I am least familiar with. Number 42, Wyatt Stoll.
Our next contestant we'd like to introduce you to is Piper Murfeld, contestant number 13. She is a beef exhibitor. Piper is 15 years old from Columbus. She's a member of the Cornerstone Club of Elba. She has 8 years in the 4-H and FFA. Her parents are Jesse and Carissa Murfeld. Piper, some of her goals are, I hope to go to college at Iowa State and get my bachelor's in nutritional science and become a herd nutritionist. Some accomplishments that Piper's very proud of is winning showmanship as a beginner, a junior, and now as an intermediate. And which species makes you the most nervous to show? Pigs, because I have a little experience with them. And also, when asked who's helped her the most, she says my mom. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be able to show. She is outside checking on my cows, helping me, and always willing to give me advice. Warm applause for Piper Murfeld, number 13. Our next exhibitor we'd like to introduce you to is Vivian Lichty, number 21. She is a dairy exhibitor. Vivian is age 14 from Beaver Dam, a member of the Highland Prairie 4-H Club. She has 8 years in the 4-H. Her parents are Steve and Dory Lichty. Some of the goals Vivian has is I would like to go to college and become a large animal veterinarian. She would also like to own her own dairy farm when she is older. Some of her accomplishments that she's proud of. Vivian says a few years ago, my Holstein Fall calf placed 7th in her class at World Dairy Expo, developing several All-American nominations and 3 dairy breeds. When asked who's helped her, Vivian says in recent years, our family friend Sean Nails has helped and encouraged me a lot. He has also given me several opportunities to show heifers and cows at many shows throughout the year. When asked, Vivian says, which species makes her the most nervous to show? She said, I'm most scared to show sheep because last year my sheep got loose when showing it. Hopefully it does not do that this evening for you, Vivian. A warm applause for Vivian Lichty, number 21. The next member we'd like to introduce you to is Drew Benniger, number 31. Drew is a sheep exhibitor. He is 17 years old from Reeseville, a member of the Waterloo FFA, 8 years in 4-H and FFA. His parents are Andrew and Kendra Benniger. Some of Drew's goals are he wants to graduate Waterloo High School this January and then focus on planting crops and help run the family farm. He wants to go to Fox Valley Tech for a farming short course, and he plans to return to the family farm and work alongside his grandpa on that farm. Some of the accomplishments Drew's very proud of. He's very happy with our own flock of sheep at 15 sheep and growing. We took our own ram lamb to the county fairs and also to state fair where he was top of the class. Our ewe lamb took reserve champion at state fair. Also won the grand champion live performance lamb at age 16 sheep showmanship champion. When asked who's helped Drew the most, he says Kendra and Andrew, his mom and dad, who got me into and from shows all over the place, and also helping me get my sheep flock started with a great group of ewe lambs. Thank you. And when asked, Drew says, which species makes you the most nervous to show? He says swine, because you can't lead them with a halter, and sometimes they're not very smart. And some pigs just want to go in the corner, and they don't want to move, or they just run you over. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen tonight. Congratulations to Drew Benniger. Let's give him a round of applause. Okay, attention out in the rings. This is 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes left out in the ring. Exhibitors and judges out in the ring, 5 minutes. The next exhibitor we'd like to introduce you to is Alexander Dishnu, number 41, swine exhibitor. Alexander is 15 years old from Watertown. He's a member of the Lakeside 4-H. 5 years in the 4-H and FFA. Parents are Melissa and Nick Dishnu. Some of his goals Alexander has is to become a tradesman and go to MATC or WCTC for schooling. Accomplishments when asked what he's proud of is making the Supreme Showmanship contest with swine, and that I made the sale with my sheep selling for $6.50 a pound. When asked who's helped him the most, Alexander says Samantha Salmi. And Alexander also says which species makes him the most nervous to show is dairy, because it's weird compared to beef and that I have no experience with dairy cows. Let's give a warm round of applause for Alexander Dishnu, number 41.
We again want to offer a deep sense of gratitude for the support of our sponsors who are with us tonight for the Supreme Showmanship. We thank them for their generosity. Alta Genetics USA of Waterdown, Compeer Financial, Beaver Dam, Culvers of Beaver Dam, Dave's Turf and Marine, Watertown, the Dodge County Dairy Youth Recognition Auction Committee out of Juneau, Farm and Fleet of Watertown, and our friend Casey, who's with us tonight. Chris and Jill Hazy and Ralph and Teresa Stowell in memory of Bob Hazy. Steve and Lori Keel of Juneau. The Lakeside Lutheran High School FFA of Lake Mills. Jan Phillips of Oshkosh. Profiles Show Supplies of Columbus. Richwood Rangers 4-H Club. Sharon Shenik of New Berlin. Tractor Supply Company of Watertown. Gary and Kim Ulfig of Glen Ellen, Illinois. United Cooperative Beaver Dam. Waupun Vet Services LLP of Waupun. And I'm proud to be here on behalf of Wisconsin Lutheran College in Milwaukee. Those buckles are the buckles that will be presented tonight are from Compeer Financial of Beaver Dam and Tractor Supply of Watertown. Thank you to those and all of the sponsors.
Giving out a year of free ice cream or custard for the top 5 individuals tonight.
So besides the thousands of dollars that are on the line, we've got years worth of custard to our Culvers here in Beaver Dam. Top 5 individuals. So let's face it, everything is serious here tonight. There's a lot up for grabs, but these kids are doing a great job. And most importantly, we desire everyone to enjoy themselves, and we're having some fun.
And thank you to our judges this evening, Isabel Doherty, who is our swine judge from Johnson's Creek, Paul Grilke, who is our dairy judge from Baldwin, Wisconsin, originally here from Mayville in Dodge County, Kennedy Farron from Fitchburg is our beef judge, originally from Beaver Dam in Dodge County, and Alretta Witkoff is from Pewaukee, who is our sheep judge. So we thank them for coming on out this evening for judging for our outstanding showman this evening. Okay, attention in the rings. Time is in. So start moving to the north. So sheep exhibitors, start heading on over to the hogs. Oh, sorry, you can't. Sorry. Our swine exhibitors are going to start coming on. Oh, look, they're already there. This is a well-oiled machine tonight. That's why they're here, though, because they are the best of the best. Everyone is moving on over. Okay, our swine exhibitors are in the beef ring already. Our dairy are moving on down. Actually, I believe that there were the original beef exhibitors are now heading into the sheep ring. And we have our sheep exhibitors heading on to the north to their pigs. We'll wait till we have the all-in signal down from the swine ring before we start in with some more profiles of our best of the best exhibitors here. We have Casey and Steve over here. They are tabulating to see which is the least favorite of the species to show. So we'll be able to tell that at the end of the evening. And we're looking to see if we're all in. All right, Isabel gave us a thumbs up. Okay, judges and contestants, we are all in. Time is now in.
Let's meet Taylor Hunt, number 14 from the beef division. She's age 15 from Columbus, part of the Columbus FFA, 8 years involved in 4-H and FFA. Taylor's parents are Matt and Carrie. She's not quite sure what she wants to do yet, but I'm sure no matter what it is, it'll be great. Her greatest accomplishment is her first year showing steers. She won her class, as well as made it into the top four for Supreme Showmanship. Who's helped Taylor the most? Brandon Langsdorff. He helped me pick out my steer and taught me what he knows about the project and being my steer chauffeur. Which species makes you most nervous to show? Sheep, because I have the least experience with them. Best of luck to you tonight. Taylor Hunt, number 14. Next up is number 24 from the dairy division, Malcolm Spoke. He's 13 years old from Ixonia, part of the County Line 4-H, and has been involved for 6 years. His parents are Jeff and Jenny. His goals is Malcolm would like to continue to develop the beef and dairy herds that he owns with his siblings and work on the farm. His greatest accomplishment is that he's proud to have bred and own beef and dairy animals. Who's helped Malcolm the most? His brother Ian is always there. And which species makes Malcolm the most nervous to show? Pigs and sheep, because they don't have halters. Let's hear it for number 24, Malcolm Spoke. Next up in the sheep division, number 32, Ava Wilson. Ava's 17 years old from the Richwood Rangers. She's been involved for 4 years in 4-H and the FFA. Ava's parents are Kip and Sarah. Her goal is to attend UW River Falls on the agriculture education track. Her goal is to be an ag teacher and breed her own sheep. Her accomplishments is that she's proud and thankful that she showed a grand champion market lamb and commercial ewe at the 2024 Dodge County Fair. Who's helped Ava the most? Can't name just one person. The entire Thorson family, Alan, Heidi, and Ty have helped and pushed me to do the best I can all summer, and I would not be where I am without them. Which species makes her the most nervous to show? She's most nervous to show pigs, because they get stuck by the gates and in the corners. May you stay out of the corners tonight, Ava. Ava Wilson, number 32. Next in the swine division, number 43, Caden Schmidt. Caden is 14 years old from Hustisford and a part of the Sinisippi 4-H, where he's been a member for 7 years. His parents are Craig and Nicole. His goal is to take over the family farm, Schmidt's Family Farm. His greatest accomplishment is to take a first in the reserve champion barrel last year. The second is qualifying for the Supreme Showmanship contest this year. Who's helped Caden the most? His dad. He's helped me with my swine project the most, from getting feed, helping with sick animals, and building their pens in a barn. Which species is Caden most nervous to show? Beef. Those are big animals. Let's hear it for number 43, Caden Schmidt. Next in the beef division, number 15, Lucy Stowell. She's 13 years old from Fox Lake, part of the Achievers 4-H for 4 years in 4-H and FFA, and her parents are Teresa and Ralph. Lucy's goal is to be in animal massaging. Plans to continue to focus on learning more about agriculture. One of her favorite accomplishments in beef is making Supreme Showmanship and Intermediate Reserve Showman in beef this year. Who's helped Lucy the most? Can't name just one, because both of my parents have helped me with working my steer and improving my showmanship. Which species makes Lucy the most nervous to show? She's nervous to show dairy, because I've never tried it before. Well, tonight you're trying it, Lucy. Good luck. Lucy Stoll, number 15. Next up is number 25, Nolan Altrider. He's 18 years old from Watertown and is part of the Sinisippi 4-H for 7 years. His parents are Ryan and Gina. One of his goals is to attend Wisconsin Operating Engineers Training Center in Coloma, Wisconsin, to become a heavy equipment operator. His accomplishment of which he is proud is how much he's grown in showmanship since beginning. He's also excited about the calf he purchased in April and watching her grow and mature. Who's helped Nolan the most? The Hildebrand Family Farm, as they allow me to come and work with the animals and share all their knowledge and tips. Which species is Nolan most nervous to show? Sheep, because he's never worked with them or set them up. Let's hear it for number 25, Nolan Altrider. Next up, number 35, Abigail Schultz in the sheep division. She's 13 years old from the Cornerstone Club of Elba, 6 years involved in 4-H and FFA, and her parents are Keith and Anna. Her goal is that she'd like to own an interior design business along with a beef farm. Accomplishments is winning the Intermediate Grand Champion Sheep Showman. Who's helped Abigail the most? Her family was a huge help, but my brother pushed me to be the best I can be. I thank him for that. Which species is Abigail most nervous to show? The pigs, because pigs are pig-headed, and you have no way to control them. I hope you can gain the control tonight, Abigail. Number 35, Abigail Schultz. Next in the swine division, number 45, Harmony Henschel Parr. She's 17 years old from Reeseville, part of the in River Oaks. 9 years in 4-H and FFA, and her parents are Greg and Shallon. Harmony's goal is to stay involved in agriculture and possibly become a teacher. At the end of the day, all I want is a career to support my future family. Her greatest accomplishment is the success of her first year. She's also helping her cousins and other exhibitors get involved. Who's helped Harmony the most? This was by far the hardest question to answer because I have a huge support system that she's so grateful for. However, this year I want to thank my mom because I definitely didn't make life easier on her as a teenager. But her love and support makes life memorable. She's most nervous to show, well, honestly none. Whatever happens tonight, God is in control. I like that answer, Harmony. Harmony Henschel Parr, number 45.
We are so grateful for the support. The Dodge County Supreme Showmanship is only made possible through generosity of many donors and sponsors. So we would like to thank our sponsors again this evening. Alta Genetics USA from Watertown, Compeer Financial Beaver Dam, Culvers of Beaver Dam, Dave's Turf and Marine Watertown, Dodge County Dairy Youth Recognition Auction Committee Juneau, Farm and Fleet Watertown, and we have a representative, Casey, here this evening. Chris and Jill Hazy and Ralph and Therese Stowell in memory of Bob Hazy. Steve and Lori Keel of Juneau. Lakeside Lutheran High School FFA Lake Mills. Jan Phillips, Oshkosh. Profile Show Supplies of Columbus. Richwood Rangers 4-H Club. Sharon Schroenick of New Berlin. Tractor Supply Company Watertown. Gary and Kim Ufvig of Glen Ellen, Illinois. United Cooperative Beaver Dam. Waupun Vet Services LLP Waupun. Wisconsin Lutheran College of Milwaukee. And a reminder, Wisconsin Lutheran College is donating chairs for the first team overall and sweatshirts for the second team overall. And Compeer Financial and also Tractor Supply are donated these beautiful buckles. 5 minutes in. Timer Steve says 5 minutes left in the class. So judges should be making their tabulations, and contestants, 5 minutes are left.
Next in the beef division, number 16, Addison Lukey. Addison is 16 years old from Juneau. She's a part of the Highland Prairie 4-H, 8 years in 4-H, and her parents are Jeff and Tracy. Addison's goal is to attend UW-Madison with a career in agriculture. Her accomplishment is that she won the reserve champion Hereford steer at the Badger Brawl earlier this year. Who's helped Addison the most? My dad, because he helps motivate me and pick out my cattle at the beginning of the year. Which species makes Addison most nervous to show? Pigs, because in previous years she's shown in Supreme I struggle with them the most. Hopefully you don't struggle tonight. Let's give a round of applause to number 16, Addison Lukey. Next, let's meet number 26, Landon Wendorf. He's age 13 from Ixonia. He's a part of the County Line 4-H for 6 years. His parents are Todd and Krista. His goals is that he'd like to go to Fox Valley Tech for farm mechanic or agronomy. Landon is also interested in becoming a herdsman for a show-minded dairy someday. His accomplishments are that in 2021, his 3-year-old cow, Miss Splash of Sunshine, was the winner of the All Breeds Futurity at the Wisconsin State Fair. This year being selected for the Supreme Showmanship Contest and having the winter yearling at the county fair. Who's helped Landon the most? He has many mentors in his life, and they all know who they are, but my biggest one is his dad. He taught Landon all his knowledge for fitting dairy cattle and giving advice on how to improve his fitting skills. I'd not be the fitter I am while still learning if it wasn't for him. Which species is Landon most nervous to show? Sheep, I would say, because they don't use a halter. It's difficult to set them right by holding on to their heads. May those heads stay still for you tonight. Number 26, Landon Wendorf. Number 36, Leo Panetti. He's age 14. He's part of the Achievers 4-H Club for the last 8 years. His parents are Jay and Amy. His goals are college is a few years off, but he's considering going into business. His greatest accomplishment that he's proud of is making the Supreme Showmanship via his sheep project. Who's helped Leo the most? His parents have helped him with 4-H. They're always there helping me work my lamb and encouraging me no matter what. Which species makes Leo the most nervous to show? He's nervous to show dairy because you have to walk backwards. Keep it straight while going backwards. Number 36, Leo Panetti. one of my jobs at Wisconsin Lutheran College is I work in the admissions department. And obviously, there's a lot of young people who are involved in agriculture. We do have some programs that would fit into that, whether it's our biology department or our pre-vet program. I certainly invite you to come for a visit. Check out wlc.edu.com. It's on the banner that you can see right here. We'd love to have you come for a visit, learn about our programs, and maybe be a part of it if your decisions for college are still up in the air.
All right, time is in. This is your final round of the evening. Time is in, judges and contestants. One more round. You are all in the home stretch. One more class left, and we are, you can tell, we have our dairy exhibitors, and I actually believe those are swine exhibitors, are heading on down by the sheep. And then we'll have the trade-off between the sheep exhibitors, who are truthfully beef exhibitors. Time is not in yet. Oop. Sounds good. Our beef exhibitors are making their way on down to the hogs. Happening down in the swine ring right now. We're waiting for the thumbs up from our judge, Isabel Doherty, our swine judge. And we'd like to thank her this evening for coming, as well as Paul Grilke, our dairy judge, and Oretta Witkoff, our sheep judge, and Kennedy Farron, who is our beef judge this evening. So we'd like to thank all our judges this evening. Thank you so much for coming on out and sharing your knowledge with our best of the best showmen this evening. Just getting a little bit of water to our pigs down there. All right, thumbs up. So swine is all on in. So this is your last round. Time is in.
Time is in, and let's meet Braxton Soldner, number 46 in the swine division. He's 15 years old, from Lowell, part of Astico Perseverance, 8 years in 4-H and FFA. And Braxton's parents are Brandon and Crystal. His goal is that he'd like to go to college to become a doctor of some sort. His accomplishments is that he's a 2-time grand champion showman in his class. Who's helped Braxton the most? His parents have been amazing. They've helped me work and prepare my pigs, as well as being my amazing pig pit crew. Which species makes Braxton the most nervous to show? He's nervous for the beef because of their size. Don't be afraid, Braxton. It'll be great. Number 46, Braxton Soldner. Next, let's meet number 17, Faith Weekman from the beef division. She's 18 years old, from Waterloo, part of the Tri-County Twisters. Been participating for 10 years in 4-H and FFA, and her parents are Mark and Kate. Her goal is to have her own herd of show cattle to breed and sell to other 4-H and FFA youth. Faith's accomplishment this year is she won the reserve championship with her beef steer and her beef heifer. She also won overall beef showman for 3 years in a row. Who's helped Faith the most? Her dad has probably helped me the most because of throughout her years of showing He always pushes Faith to do the very best she can and loves the projects just as much as she does. Which species makes her the most nervous? Pigs, because you do not have a way to hang on to them, and they kind of go wherever they want. Let's hear it for number 17, Faith Weekman. Next in the dairy division, let's meet number 27, Mary Zwald. She's 16 years old, from Beaver Dam, part of the Leipzig 4-H, 7 years involved, and her parents are Nate and Angela. Mary's goal is she would love to go to UW-Madison and pursue a career in agriculture. Her accomplishment this year is that she's getting honorable mention for color breed cow with her Guernsey Velvet and qualifying for the Supreme Showmanship along with her. Who's helped Mary the most? She would like to thank her dad for supporting her every step of the way and encouraging every single time she steps into the show ring. Dad has taught her a lot about dairy and is a tremendous role model. Which species makes Mary the most nervous to show? Definitely most nervous about the pigs, because I show all of the other species, my pig always gets stuck in the corner. Stay out of the corners, and good luck to you. Mary Zwald, number 27.
Hey, you're totally good. You're totally good. We're gonna get you another one, okay? Great job. Good. Hey, it's not your fault.
Next is Andrea Hackbarth-Miescher, number 37 from the sheep division. She's 14 years old, from River Oaks 4-H, and has participated for 7 years in 4-H and FFA. Andrea's parents are Jeff and Cassie. Her goal is to do horse training and work with animals and kids, teaching them how to ride and to take care of them. Her greatest accomplishment is taking first with all 3 of her lambs. She's getting her sheep to brace and show off their muscle and meat. Who's helped Andrea the most? Her dad helped her the most with her animals by teaching her new ways to show each animal and improve her skills. Her dad also helps her improve her sheep so they will show well. Which species makes Andrea the most nervous? The beef steers. Some of them are crazy, and I don't work with them and are around them very often. May they all be calm for you tonight. Andrea Hackbarth-Miescher, number 37. Let's meet Mackenzie Leppel, number 47 from the swine division. Mackenzie's 14 years old from Beaver Dam, part of the Leipzig 4-H club, 8 years in 4-H and FFA. Mackenzie's parents are Brent and Denise. Her goal is to get into a good college and become a vet. Her accomplishment is making it to the Supreme Showmanship and making it in the sale. Who's helped Mackenzie the most? My mom. She's been there to help me in the barn and at the fair. She's also been at all of my shows and helps me become better. Which species is Mackenzie most nervous to show? Sheep, because I know nothing about them. Learn it quickly. Mackenzie Leppel, number 47. Back to the beef exhibitor division. Number 18, Caleb Weekman. He's 16 years old from Waterloo, part of the Tri-County Twisters. Been involved for 7 years in 4-H and FFA. And Caleb's parents are Mark and Kate. Caleb's goal is to own his own custom harvesting business. His accomplishment, he's proud of winning the grand champion with a beef steer and dairy beef steer. He's also proud of winning overall showman. Who's helped Caleb the most? My parents, because they pushed me to be the best possible showman. Which species makes you the most nervous, Caleb? Pigs, because they never listen and I do not know much about them. Let's hear it for number 18, Caleb Weekman. From From the dairy division, let's meet number 28, Mara Skalitsky. She's 17 years old from Waterloo. She's part of the Portland Boosters 4-H and has participated for 8 years. Her parents are Ryan and Kristen. Goal, not quite sure what she wants to do yet, but something that is hands-on and in agriculture. Mara's accomplishment that she's proud of getting better in showmanship throughout the summer. Who's helped Mara the most? Jeff Spoke and my dad. They've always helped me get ready for fairs, and before the show, they've also helped me become a better showman. Which species is Mara the most nervous to show? Definitely the pigs. Every time dairy kids are with the pigs, they fight or go in the corner. Let's keep the fighting to a minimum, and good luck to you, Mara Skalitsky, number 28. Next is number 38, Molly Wiedenfeld. She's 16 years old and a part of the Lakeside Lutheran FFA, where she's participated for 8 years in 4-H and FFA, and her parents are Tim and Lisa. Her goal is going to a 4-year college for vet tech. Molly's biggest accomplishment that she's proud of, her sheep, how her sheep did this year at the Dodge County Fair, as this is her first year with sheep. Who's helped Molly the most? Her dad. He helps out a lot with the steers and sheep, and she really appreciates how much he's been supporting her with these two species. Which species makes Molly the most nervous? Dairy, because you have to walk backwards and slow. Keep it to a minimum, Molly, and good luck. Molly Wiedenfeld, number 38. And last but certainly not least, but from the swine division, number 48, Elliot Small. Elliot is 17 years old from Watertown and is a part of the Watertown FFA for the last 4 years. Elliot's parents are Lisa and Adam. His goal is to attend UW-Madison for biological systems engineer and ag engineering. His accomplishment is that he went to a national judging contest in 2023 at the American Royal. His team was able to represent Wisconsin and took fourth in the beef. His 4-H stock judging team placed first at Area Animal Science Days. They all went on to state and placed sixth individually for various reasons. Who has helped him? Ed Belinsky has helped me more than anyone he knows in showing and raising animals. Not only housing Elliot's pigs and allowing him to show his cattle, but Ed encourages Elliot through every step of the way. He's also his livestock coach who leads him to every accomplishment in judging. Ed is my mentor in animals and in life. Which species makes you most nervous? Makes Elliot the most nervous to show? Dairy. It's the only species not in market livestock, and this makes showing a little different and challenging. I'm sure you're up to the task. Elliot Small, number 48.
All right, attention in the rings. We have 5 minutes. 5 minutes are left. And just a reminder that the judges are scoring, and as they are scoring, they are evaluated. Our showmen are evaluated on their handling of the animal, their appearance in the ring, and their knowledge. And so they are each given a score, and they are scored individually, so they will win prizes individually as well as team prizes as well. And we would like to give a big thank you to our sponsors for today. Dodge County Supreme Showmanship is made possible through the generosity of our many donors and sponsors. We are grateful for their support. We would like to thank Alta Genetics USA. And we have Jill Huey, who is here from Compeer Financial. Jill, say a big hello. She's here. Thank you so much for your support. Also, Culvers of Beaver Dam, Dave's Turf and Marine of Watertown, the Dodge County Youth Recognition Auction Committee, Juneau, Farm and Fleet of Watertown, and Casey's here representing them, Chris and Jill Hazy, and Ralph and Teresa Stowell in the memory of Bob Hazy, Steve and Lori Keel of Juneau, Lakeside Lutheran High School FFA Lake Mills, Jan Phillips Oshkosh, Profiles Show Supplies of Columbus, Richwood Rangers 4-H Club, Sharon Schoeneck of New Berlin, Tractor Supply Company of Watertown, Gary and Kim Ufig of Glen Ellen, Illinois, United Cooperative Beaver Dam, Waupun Vet Services LLP Waupun, and Wisconsin Lutheran College Milwaukee, and also they're going to be donating the chairs for the first place team and sweatshirts for the second place team. Compeer and Tractor Supply are donating these beautiful buckles, and all our other sponsors also give out monetary gains, and also there's a ton of buckets. Timekeeper Steve handing out a bucket, and look, it's got Blaine Farm and Fleet right there on the side. Everyone's got a bucket, and there's huge amount of goodies in each one. So thank you to our sponsors. We so much appreciate it.
A special thank you. I want to send a special thank you to the Supreme Showmanship people here and the committee here at the Dodge County Fair for allowing me to participate. Dawn's been a true professional. She's kept me on task. Normally I would run amok and just go wherever I want, but Dawn has been rock solid, keeping me on the clock, and it's very good. I've had a great time. And sadly, I've had my nose on a piece of paper the whole time. I haven't seen the showers, but I'm anticipating they did great. So everybody, let's give them a round of applause.
Now, I also have a little agenda what's going to happen after we get done with our class. We got about 1 minute, 27 seconds in this class. After the show, immediately after the show, this is Bill's itinerary for us. We're going to have the pen breakdown, and then Compeer Arena Grant will have that presentation down in the ring. Then we're going to have a demonstration of proper showmanship by the judges and the ring handlers. Following that, the adults and MAS fun showmanship. We can't wait to see that, see some of those adults go down and try what we know that our best of the best of Dodge County has been doing all evening. Then number 5, we're going to have buckets, and all the ribbons will be distributed, and we will announce the team results. And then announce the top 5, and don't forget, the top 5 get covers for a whole year. And then we will also announce our champion and our reserve champion individuals for this evening. So we'd like to thank you so much for that. And we'd like to thank Reverend Wayne as well for helping me on the mic this evening. We so appreciate his voice tonight. Timekeeper Steve says it is in. Judges and contestants, you made it. Time is in. Time is in. Woo! And remember, they are looking for the way that the exhibitor appears in the ring, the handling of the animal, and also their knowledge of that animal. So that's what the judges will be tabulating, and that's what those scores will be made up of. We're just looking at the judges finishing up with their tabulations. And we would like to thank our judges again, Aretta Witkoff, for our sheep judge, Kennedy Farron, our beef judge, originally from Dodge County, Isabel Doherty, our swine judge this evening, just south, down by Johnson's Creek, and Paul Grilke, our dairy judge, originally from Mayville. Thank you so much for coming on out and judging our show tonight. We very much appreciate it. Thank you to our exhibitors. They are now taking the animals back to the barns. And we are going to start then with the pen breakdown in the interior here. And then we will proceed with our other activities this evening. There go the rest of the animals. We will start with our pen breakdown in the interior. And during this time, then we're going to have Compeer Financial is going to come on down to the ring for a grant presentation. We will have some of our judges give us some of their knowledge, what they were looking for, and our ring handlers, what they were looking for in the ring. And then I wonder who's going to be participating tonight in this adult showmanship. Are you looking forward to that, Wayne?
Anything that has adults involved in it after the big showmanship, anything can happen. So I'm excited about it. Will we have some of these people out in the stands, out there in the middle? I hope. I'll grab a few. I don't know anybody here, so we'll be safe.
And we will be doing that because they are busy tabulating back here. We want to make sure that all our results are correct, and it takes a lot to make sure we have everything being tabulated back here. And then we will have our buckets and our ribbons, all sorts of great things. Blaine's Farm and Fleet has those buckets back there. Look at them. And they're chock full of things in there. Oh, nice show supplies. Looks like there's a mug in there. What else do you see? Oh, air freshener from Final Bloom is in there as well. Jill Yui has told me there is no Compeer Arena grant presentation. But that's okay, she said, but they got belt buckles, and they're absolutely beautiful. Between Tractor Supply and Compeer, these belt buckles are absolutely beautiful. So if you get a chance to see them, take a look. They're stunning. thank you to our exhibitors getting everything tucked away so nice and neat, so we're all ready for Little Britches tomorrow and the dairy auction. Right, we would like to have into the ring. It looks like Bill's getting everybody to come on in. The demonstration of proper showmanship. We got our judges coming on in. So Alretta, Kennedy, Isabel, and Paul, if you could make your way to the front here to tell, you'll be able to tell what they are looking for. And I think we're also having an adult showmanship too. And remember, after this, after the demonstration from our judges and adult showmanship, we are going to be distributing the buckets, announcing our team results and our top 5, who are getting Culvers for a whole year. And the top 2 are getting these beautiful buckles here.
Hear me okay? Okay. So here are 2 of our lovely, we have 2 lovely beef showmen here, Mike Gunther and Katie Schwanke. They might know a little bit about beef, but not too much. And as they go, we will have our beef judge explaining what she looks for in beef showmanship. And we're going to see how well these guys do, and then afterwards we'll have our beef judge pick between the 2 which one did a better job. All right? And you're very welcome to laugh at them.
Hi, everyone. So just kicking off with the beef showmanship for tonight. Typically, just the things that we kind of look for. Obviously, you just want an overall awesome show ring presence. You want a calm presence. You always want to be alert and aware of where the judge is, but you also want to be just as aware of what your animal looks like and how you're setting them up and how you're presenting them to the judge. Things that we're going to look for is obviously getting their feet set right. Mike not be setting the best example right now, but getting his feet set right, getting him to walk into it so you don't have to sit there with a stick and poke his feet back and forth. It's easier to just make a circle and come back into the stand and walk your steer or your heifer into it. That's the quickest and most efficient way to get them set. You always want to keep their head up and their neck nice and extended, their head up nice and high. If you need to loin your calf to bring that top down a little bit, definitely go ahead and do that. Make sure that their front 2 feet are always set pretty square to one another, and make sure that their back 2 feet, one is a little bit further ahead than the other to just really extend your calf and make them look their absolute best. So Katie's doing a wonderful job right now. And we definitely always watch for just that calm show ring presence. And we kind of were talking earlier, watching some of the kids show and like, are you sawing your calf in half? Are you really just working them with that show stick? Just nice, slow, calm stick is all you're going to really need. So, and when you're walking them, obviously just go ahead and make a circle. You're going to want a smooth transition, moving that show stick from your one hand to the other, keeping their head up nice and high, keeping them always kind of on the side of you, but making sure that you're keeping plenty of space between you and the person in front of you, and always leaving enough space for you and your calf, regardless of where you are in the show ring. I don't know that our calves have ever seen a lot of pigs before, but Katie's doing her best to make that circle. And as you come around, you obviously are always trying to push your calf away from you. You're never pulling them towards you. So those are things that we look for, and obviously just those smooth transitions and walking your calf into it on the stand is going to be the biggest thing, and always keeping an eye on where the judge is at all times. So those are the things that we kind of look for in beef showmanship. You're not wanting to walk too fast, but you also don't want to walk too slow. You need to obviously work with your animal enough to know what a good pace is for them to be walking. And I think out of our two beef showmen tonight that Katie's doing a fabulous job. Granted, her steer might not be cooperating, but we're going to give this one to Katie. Thank you.
Mike really wants us to announce he was wearing a raspberry colored tie. Raspberry, it was not pink. All right, so next up we'll have one of our previous Supreme Showmanship winners, Nora Gansky, show her pig a little bit. We don't want to tire out the pigs too much, so we'll just have her take one out, and I'll hand it over to Izzy.
All right, guys. Well, a few things that we're looking for in the pig showmanship. Obviously, we want that pig's head to be up and extended. We don't want too much whipping, so we want it to be nice and quiet. We don't want to over whip them. Obviously, pigs get tired really fast and really easily, so we want to make sure that we make them last as long as possible. Another thing is showing all the different angles of the pig. So right now, she's bringing them right at me, and then if she turns, it gives a profile and then a butt. So those are our three angles that we want to work on. So if they're coming through the ring and they're not too far away or they're not too close, that'd be a perfect spot to be. So this is about good. And then the two questions that I asked them were, what's the ear notch of your pig? And if you don't know how to read ear notches, that's definitely something to look into. And then why do we ear notch them? So if they said, you know, it's the litter number and the pig's individual number, they got some points. And then really if they expanded that into, it helps them track their identification and their health and their traveling. So that's another big thing about the ear notches, especially big commercial operations. So other than that, big on eye contact and that first impression. So they had a chance to each come out one at a time. And in that, I was looking for them to have good posture, good distance from their pig, showing all the angles and giving me lots of eye contact. Other than that, they all did a great job, and I wish them the best of luck.
Okay, up next we have dairy going. So we have Teresa and Alexa showing some heifers for us. Where's my dairy guy? You're my dairy guy.
Start walking with their animals here tonight. I just want to say thank you to the Supreme Showman Committee here for putting on a really great, awesome event. It's pretty cool to be able to come here and judge this. Thanks for bringing me here, but really cool event. Thanks for putting this on for the kids. Now here for the dairy, we're looking for a person to walk their animals slowly. The first girl here with the red hat, she's doing a really good job walking her nice and slowly, keeping the head pretty high. We like to keep the nose in line with the top line. We want to have good eye contact with the judge, but at the same time, you want to make sure your heifer's still nice and square. Make sure she's not making her legs too far behind her. When we set them up, we really want them to have their rear legs closest to the judge, behind them with their front feet squarely underneath them. And then just there on, it's holding the halter correctly, not having your finger through the loop. Making sure you have your halters safely in your other hand, pulling throat. I asked them a couple questions. The main one was date of birth on their heifer, as well as the sire. And then if one of the questions maybe didn't get answered correctly, I had a third question of what would you change about your heifer, or possibly what would you feed this heifer in this scenario. Kids all did a really great job. Congratulations.
Okay, up next we got the sheep. So we got my father, Mark Leekman, right here. And then I'll let Maria introduce my dad, Bill. They don't do much with sheep. Mark is actually afraid of sheep. So they are going to do their best.
Okay, so some of the things that I was looking for in sheep showmanship was being aware of where I was at all times, doing a great job looking. Another thing you'll notice is they're not using the halter on their head, so they're just using their hands. Switching sides. That was something I looked for. If you were watching the sheep at any point, you could have seen me standing on the railing waiting for all the kids to pass. So one thing I was looking for there was if they switch sides. And you do that to give the judge the best view of your animal. I asked 2 questions, one of them being the breed of sheep that they had. And I asked them it again when they switched animals to see if they just had any idea if it was the same type of sheep or a safe bet in a sheep class with a lot of whether type or market style animals would be. Were to say if you had a crossbred, you were probably right. Love it. They're bracing. They're showing off the muscles in their sheep. They're doing a great job. And then the second question I asked was, what is the most important nutrient in a sheep's diet? I got almost every diet or ingredient in the book, but the answer I was looking for was just water. That's the most important nutrient for any livestock animal, any animal, water. They need it to survive. So you guys all did a great job. Let's give everybody a great big round of applause. And these two did an amazing job. I'm now picking a winner. You're all a winner. You're all winners. Okay, I'm going to do 1 and 2.
Thank you so much to all our judges again. Aretta Witkoff, Isabel Doherty, Paul Grilke, and Kennedy Farron. Thank you so much for all your expertise tonight. We so appreciate it. All right, now we are going to have our exhibitors come on over. I don't know, Bill, can you help us on out with the buckets and the ribbons? We'll be passing out the buckets and the ribbons. Okay, come on out. They would like you to come on out. Exhibitors or showmen, come on out and be with your team. That's what they would like you to do. I got buckets and ribbons on here, but come on down. We are waiting on the tabulating, and then we'll get you on up here, break you into specie, and then bring you on up for your buckets and your ribbons. So come on down with your team. All right, if you showed beef, come on down and grab a bucket. And grab a beautiful ribbon, too. They're absolutely beautiful. Beef exhibitors, come on down. One bucket from Farm and Fleet, and lots of goodies inside that bucket from our generous sponsors. All right, who would you like next? All right, sheep exhibitors, come on down. A bucket and a ribbon. You get a 2-for-1 deal. Grab a bucket and a ribbon. Every year, the ribbons they get for you all are just absolutely beautiful. Okay, sheep exhibitors. Who's the next species to come on down? Swine exhibitors, come on down. To the other side. Grab a bucket. Grab a ribbon. Everybody got there. And of course, last but not least, our dairy exhibitors. Come on down. Grab your bucket. Grab a ribbon. Come on over. Okay, all our buckets and ribbons have been distributed. All right, participants, we're waiting on the tabulations. So question, you got to fill out your profiles and you told us which of the species you are looking forward to the least to showing tonight. What do you think, exhibitors? How many of you thought it was dairy that was the least one that nobody wanted to show tonight? Raise your hand. Raise them high if you thought it was dairy. You're right, it wasn't dairy. How many of you thought it was sheep tonight? We saw. I'm sorry, Wyatt. How many thought beef was going to be the problem for you to show tonight? We did have some of you, yeah? And pigs. How many thought it was pigs that were the hardest, that you thought going on in were going to be the hardest? Actually, you thought beef, only 4 of you thought beef was going to be the hardest to show. Actually, I got to start at the bottom. One said that they weren't scared of it showing anything, so I think she has a great deal of showing experience in the different species. 4 of you thought beef were. 7 of you thought dairy was going to be the hardest of the evening. 8 of you thought sheep was going to be the hardest, and same thing I believe as last year, pigs. 12 of you thought that pigs were going to be the hardest tonight. So did that come true for you? Were pigs the hardest? Not sure? No, she says no, not pigs. No, you just let them think that they're in control. All right, we have some tabulations. We got it going on here. Okay. Bill would like me to tell you that we have some premium results. No, premiums from our sponsors. So the ones that we've been announcing all night. So if you're 8th place team, you get $100 each person. If you're in 7th place tonight, each person, each exhibitor on your team gets $125. If you're in 6th place team, each of you get $150. If you're in 5th place, each of you get $175. If you're in 4th place, each of you are going to be getting $200. If you are in 3rd place, each of you on your team are going to get $300. And if you're in 2nd place, you each are getting $350. And if you're in 1st place team, each of you are going to be getting $400. So big applause for our sponsors. That is awesome. Yeah, like Wayne just said, $250,000. I don't think it's quite $250,000, but. So we're working on that. Don't forget, we will be announcing our team results first, and we'll start from 8th, and we'll move on up. And then also, we will announce our top 5. We'll bring you up in just random order. You get Culvers for a year, those top 5, and then we're only going to announce the Grand and the Reserve and hand out the buckles. And you will not get your checks tonight. You'll be getting your checks. I think Bill is going to be taking care of that later. Checks will be distributed, thank you notes, all that will be taken care of. And I lost the amounts. It went bye-bye, but there's a very cute picture on there. Those amounts, I'll keep those amounts, thank you. But that was a very cutie patootie picture there. So again, while they're waiting on that, we talked about which one. Did your own species go the best for you tonight? Okay, why it says double thumbs up on that. So you felt very confident in your own species. Oh, Lucy says no. Lucy says no. Oh, we got another one says no. Did not start off. Oh, I'm sorry. So even the one that you normally show was a little bit different tonight. And we do have on hand Casey from Farm and Fleet. So if you get a chance, make sure you thank our sponsors. We have a Reverend Wayne Chevy. He's here with the Wisconsin Lutheran College, and they have the chairs up here. Your first place team, not only $400, you each get a chair as well. And then a second place team overall, you get the sweatshirt as well. And we have Jill Yui is here too from Compeer. We have the results. Okay. Random. Whew. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Remember, we're going to start with the teams first. You do drum roll. Okay. It would be 8th place, team number 6. Addison Lukey, Landon Wendorf, Leo Panetti, Braxton Soldner. With 1,183 points. And also, I believe it's $100, correct? $100? I'm having problems with the cutie patootie. All right, in 7th place with 1,220 points is team number 3, and also receiving $125 each. And that is Piper Murfeld, Tia Hildebrand, Avery Panetti, and Caden Schmidt. Good job. All right, now moving into 6th place with 1,230 points. It is team number 4. Receiving $150 each. Taylor Hunt, Malcolm Spoke, Sophia Lynch, and Evie Gansky. All right, moving into 5th place overall with 1,260 points. It is team number 5. Lucy Stoll, Nolan Altrider, Abigail Schultz, Harmony Henschel Parr, and you receive $175 apiece. 4th place. Woohoo! 4th place. Woo-hoo. How much are they getting? 4th place? $200 apiece. 4th place with 1,268 points, team number 7. Faith Weekman, Mary Zawald, Andrea Hackbarth, Mackenzie Leppel. Oh, this is getting better. We're moving into 3, correct? Top 3. Whew, $300 a piece for top 3. And guess what? We only got 3 teams left. How about that? Okay, 1,290 points goes to team number 1. Charlie Kircher, Vivian Lichty, Andrew Vinegar, Andrew Dishnu. Okay, we're down to 2 teams now, correct? 2. Oh, that's right. 2 get sweatshirts for Reverend Wayne. And, yeah, and not only that, but wait, there's more. $350 per person on the 2nd place team, which would be like reserve. And that is with 1,335 points, team number 2. Natalie Gibbs, Madison Gudex, Ava Wilson, and Wyatt Stowell. That means that the first place team gets $400 apiece, and the chairs from Wisconsin Lutheran College, and with 1,406 points, it is team number 8. Caleb Wickman, Mara Skalitsky, Molly Wiedenfeld, and Elliot Small. Congratulations. Yep. Yeah, we need to get your picture taken. It's... Congratulations. Again, with 1,406 points, team number 8, Caleb Weekman, Mara Skalitsky, Molly Wiedenfeld, and Elliot Small. Congratulations. Okay. I see Compeer is here. Is there anybody also here from Tractor Supply? Can I give you one? Here's one. They're absolutely stunning, beautiful. One is for reserve, and one is for champ. You have to read it. Aren't they beautiful, though? All right, now to the individuals. In no specific order, top 5. And you get Culvers for a whole year. Are you ready? Now we can do are you ready? Okay. All right, no individual order. Ava Wilson, come on down. Faith Weekman, come on down. Woo! Mara Skalitsky, come on down. Avery Panetti, come on down. And Molly Wiedenfeld, come on down. These are your top 5 for the Livestock Showmanship Contest of 2024. Okay, they're going to take a picture. Very exciting. All right, are we good with photos so we can move in to reserve? All right, we are going to move into reserve. Champion, Livestock, Showmanship. Bill, would you like us to say the points on them too or not? You can say just the points for the reserve champion and the champion. Okay, all right. All right. He said you'll see all the points later, okay? Did I stall long enough to build some more? All right, reserve champion of the 2024 Livestock Showmanship Contest with 359 points, Molly Wiedenfeld. Congratulations. Very cool. All right. Now, are you ready? Okay. With 366 points, our champion of the 2024 Livestock Showmanship Contest is Mara Skalitsky. Congratulations. Congratulations to all our exhibitors. Thank you to all our sponsors. Thank you to all our judges and everyone that participated. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your support. Have a wonderful evening. And Bill would tell you, exhibitors, we need your picture taken with your buckets, so come on down. Correct, Bill? He says over there.
All exhibitors, we need your photo. Please go over to the Dodge County Board. All exhibitors, all at once with your buckets. Let's get the photo taken. Let's go, everybody.
If you have a bucket, get to the backdrop now.